The UN has advised Pakistan on blasphemy and enforced disappearance legislation. These suggestions aim to align Pakistan's policies with international human rights standards. Further information based on recent reports and discoveries. The UN strongly advises Pakistan to ratify the International Convention for the Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance. This stage is crucial to preventing and ending enforced disappearances, especially among ethnic minorities. Additionally, Amnesty International has asked Pakistan to fulfill its vow to halt enforced disappearances. The group has also stressed the need for change to bring Pakistan into compliance with international human rights legislation. Blasphemy laws. The UN Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination recommends Pakistan remove or revise its blasphemy laws. These laws, which often be vague, impose life sentences or the death penalties. The committee stresses that these regulations must be unambiguous and comply with international human rights norms to prevent misuse and unfair prosecution. The UN is concerned about the rise in blasphemy accusations and mob lynchings in Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa due to violence and prejudice. This committee stressed the necessity for the government to prevent violent attacks and protect blasphemy suspects, especially those in police custody or incarceration. The UN panel has asked the government to make it easier for ethnic minority groups to get jobs and reduce poverty and unemployment for socioeconomic development. This involves supporting small enterprises and reinvesting in natural resource-affected communities. Housing and living conditions, infrastructure and access to basic social welfare services like clean water, sanitation, and power should be prioritized in ethnic minority housing and living conditions. Consultation and consent. The UN emphasizes contacting communities before awarding licenses for natural resource development and exploitation initiatives. Additionally, objective and unbiased research on such projects' social, environmental, and cultural impacts are recommended. Harassment and excessive force. Law enforcement and security administrators must be held accountable for harassment, intimidation, and excessive force. If implemented, these recommendations could strengthen human rights in Pakistan, especially for ethnic and ethno-religious minorities. The UN findings should spur Pakistan to make major reforms that protect the rights of all its citizens. Consult the latest UN and Human Rights Organization reports and statements for the most current and comprehensive information. Pakistan requested to ratify a law against coerced disappearances. Pakistan must keep its vow to cease the horrific treatment of coerced. Amnesty International's website says Pakistan must fulfill its promise to halt enforced disappearances. Third, the UN has asked Pakistan to ratify the Convention Against Enforced Disappearances and protect ethnic groups, according to the Balochistan Post, 2024 in August. Pakistan. Unlawful house removals should not be. OHCHR. According to OHCHR, Pakistani enforced disappearance victims should not be deterred from finding housing. As Good as Dead, Pakistan's blasphemy laws, effects is the fifth topic.